You remember on that Tuesday in October of 2021 when we were working from home and you said you are the most annoying person because you're always tapping your pencil. Hey guys, we're back with another Reddit session. We're talking about relationships, and this subreddit is right in my wheelhouse. Yeah. All right, this is from the subreddit Work From Home. It is by C. Singyal. I don't know if that's a name. I don't know if that's a description. I don't know anything about this person. But the question is awesome. Awesome. So here we go. Do you think work from home ruins relationships? My husband and I both work with the same office space can't read. My husband and I work from home in the same office space since 2020. You'd think when I record these things, I'd get my glasses, but then I'd look like a nerd. Not cool. We have kind of inside hobbies as well. So essentially we both spend all day together. So, okay, if not in the same room, then in the next room. In this past year, I've noticed that we spend less quality time together, movies, dates, dinners, and we don't have sex. Wow, we're just throwing it out there. As nearly as often as before. I don't know, I need a quantified number there to know what, if it's good, bad. I don't know, they don't share. That would be a little too personal. Maybe I don't want to know. We were talking about why that could be. Because we are content with every other aspect of our relationship. We've been married less than a year. We're expecting our first child. Obviously had something going on at one point. And we came to the conclusion that being together all day, every day, doesn't help. Anyone else in similar shoes? We could possibly work in a different room, but I'm afraid that we will never see each other all day. Because he's usually gaming after work and I'm reading or watching movies in the other room. Well, this one is fascinating. Let's talk about the comments, then let me give you some perspective here. Deleted, I don't know what that means. It's just in those delete. I don't know, somebody like upvoted this, they went away, they named themselves deleted. I have no idea. Me and my ex-girlfriend work from home. It's 100% without a doubt. Speeds up the process of the flame burning out. There is no me time. Some other stuff they put in there, but that's true. Okay. I'm not saying it solely ruins relationships, but it certainly doesn't help. Then Glass Librarian 9019, I found that when I work from home after work, I have energy and a desire to go out and do things with people like dinner and events, socializing. So like basically living your life. So for me, an introvert with a limited social battery, work from home is a big help to relationships. Interesting. Salty Tate McGee, great handle. Nope, not at all. Work from home 98% of the time. My wife 100%, as she owns her own business. We love it. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner together. We can take a break, hold each other, we can kiss. We are more relaxed. I love it. Okay, all right. Another one, named deleted. Me and my partner decided to have separate bedrooms for this. We work from home. She works in her room/home office all day, and me, mine. Sounds silly, but we visit each other's bedrooms on lunch breaks and evenings, then spend the whole weekend together. We have a healthy amount of space. We also see each other regularly too. Works very well. Been together 5+ years. Dull Investigator 358. What are you investigating? It's definitely an adjustment. My guess is that it doesn't work for everyone in the same office space. Early on, we figured out that work would not work for us. And did I say that? Early on, this would not work for us. Sorry. As we figured out a way to move offices to opposite ends of the house. So we meet for lunch, random coffee breaks, but this way we can truly concentrate on our work when it's work time, not sexy time. This forces us to text more during the day and gives us a sense of independence. I'm just gonna submit here that you're texting with your partner and they're 2 doors down. Strange, but my son, who does the same thing with his wife, I don't get it. I just don't get it. So this one is a good one because work from home, obviously we all experienced it during COVID. It was great for a lot of people. I'd probably say, if I was doing an unscientific poll, I'd say probably 80% of the people that were forced to work from home at that point who have continued to work from home love it. I also see a lot of those people that loved it during COVID are now single. I don't know if there's a correlation, but I'm just saying. I will say that a lot of us were forced into that environment. Most of our partners were as well. And it is an adjustment, right? There's all these proclivities to working from home. I can be, having a dog sit at my feet, which is great. I can go do some laundry, but then I get distracted because there's other household chores. And then that's coupled by if you have a partner that is not fully committed to their work, they can become a distraction. No offense to my wife, but I could be like deep into a project, and she can come in. She works from home sometimes, and she can get her stuff done in sprints. Mine's more of like a marathon, and she'll get her stuff done. She'll be like, "Hey, what's going on? What's happening? You busy?" That's why the door is shut. That's why I've got headphones on. I'm trying to make myself as small as possible so you won't see me when you walk past the office that we have. Yeah, pretty busy, which inevitably irritates her and inevitably irritates me. So does it ruin relationships? I think that one of the challenges that we faced in COVID, I think one of the challenges we face if we are gonna work from home in any circumstance is the fact that we don't create boundaries. We don't set systems. As kind of related to some of the comments here, right? If you find your own space, I think that's critical. My wife and I built it, or not built, I wish we built it, because I would have built this house way different than this freaking thing that we got. But when we bought this house, one of the rooms that we took over decided together this would be a perfect home office. Now, she and I worked together for pretty much our entire careers. We've been together a very, very, very long time. Does not imply that we're old, just means that we've been together for a very long time. So we've been forced to work in close quarters almost all the time, whether it was an office building or whether it was work from home. We went to this house, we built it, we were like, man, visions of glory. Like, oh my God, this will be great, blah, blah. And then you realize like the person's over your shoulder at their desk doing their thing, and you're doing your thing, and the things aren't together and aren't same for each other, which means there are distractions. And the distractions to me are a killer. And that killer, when I feel like I'm interrupted or their work is done, mine's nowhere close, I get a little resentful, to be perfectly honest with you. And so when we were forced to work from home during COVID, it was an adjustment. It was an adjustment. I'm gonna be honest with you, just gonna say it right. I kind of broke the rules. I just went up to my office because, oh my God, there was nobody at the office, and it was great because I just had to get out of that freaking house. Nothing against her, it's more against me because I like things a certain way. I like things quiet. And when I am in the flow, the worst thing you could ever do is interrupt me. And the worst thing that you can have happen in a relationship is you can have the little minor annoyances, those things that just get under your skin, and they crawl and they just, I hate them. And when that happens, you start to develop a thing I call resentment. Resentment, my friends, as I have shared in other videos, resentment is the super secret promise of revenge. Pissed me off yesterday, you annoy me because you interrupted me, I was in the flow, I was doing this great thing, and all of a sudden I get you come in like, hey, did you see on the neighborhood news group that there was a problem with a dog that got lost and he's pooping in everybody's yard, and oh my God, we should go out there and make sure he doesn't poop in our yard, and have you seen any poop? And I'm like, I am in the shit right now with my stuff, work. I don't want to know about a dog. Why I went to that voice, I have no idea. It's more than a minor annoyance, which festers into a resentment. When the resentment happens, you're going to have issues. There is going to be an explosion. And that explosion often turns personal. It'll be something that starts very minor, that becomes a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, and before you know it, it is a full-on fight. Did I have these in COVID? I'm putting it out here for the world to say, yes. Why did it happen? Not because of my beautiful wife and her amazing just want to be like engaged, not because she was trying to be an annoyance, but because she was genuinely either done with her work or had something on her mind. And when she has it on her mind, she wants to put it out there for it to be on my mind. And when I have all these other things in my mind, that I have no room, no space, I get angry, get frustrated. I do something stupid just to piss her off because I can. Sometimes just breathing pisses her off. But yeah, she's not gonna like this video, I don't think. Fortunately, we won't tell her we released it. Anyway, when that happens, it festers. And when it festers, it's just gonna grow and it's gonna expand and then it's gonna explode. A long-winded example of my situation. Part of the reason I got an office is so I can leave work at work, which does not happen at all. And she and I can have our own space and our own time. Now, them not having sex, them not spending time watching movies, doing things together, yeah, so one of the challenges that you run into is they become sort of your de facto office mate, and you're trying to create a certain level of, I don't know, professionalism, or you act in a certain role, like the work role, and then now all of a sudden you're supposed to shift it to social, and sometimes that no bueno, it does not work. I know this as an entrepreneur. We've been married the entire time I've been an entrepreneur, so she knows how I work, so she knows when to pull back. She knows when she is starting to annoy me. It's great because she recognizes my boundaries, even if I can't use my words to say, no, right now I'm busy, I got stuff going on. You would not know what's going on in the inside of the brain, but it's like crazy chaotic. Please don't tell me about the neighborhood news group, or don't tell me about something you just saw on television. It was probably worse for me working from home when the kids were there too, because they would come downstairs. My office is just not far from where the big TV is. The big TV's got big speakers, and they are, I don't know, deaf, I think, because they have no volume control. She's a little more respectful of that now that we're kind of empty nesters. That happens less and less because she knows when I'm in my flow, I gotta be in my flow. And if I am not in my flow, I'm gonna be in my flow of explosion, and that's no bueno, that's no good. But I think ideally, the tips I would give here is work from home is, before you do it, have some official boundaries, number one. Number two, have your own designated workspace. Number three, do have like what some of these folks suggest here on Reddit. Hey, have some quality time together. Let's go out to lunch. Let's have our little coffee meetings at the dining room table. Let's go for a walk in the middle of the day. That actually really is a great idea. But then let's go back to our work. Here's when I work, here's what I do, here's how I do it. What will be the most supportive for you, for me as your partner to support you in your work? Here's what I need from you. Creating those things. Those three things right there, I think, are super essential. And the last tip I would give, and because my wife's not gonna watch this video, I'll share this with you. Do not build a space where you're both like, hey, she's behind me or to the side of you or whatever. Not her, you wouldn't be officing with her, that'd be weird. And a little disconcerting, I guess. If you have a space that you're gonna share, I would ideally recommend that you try to figure out how to, hey, this is your time to be in the space, and here's my time to be in the space, and to which the two will never meet. Because no matter how great your relationship might be, there will be things that will annoy you. You'll hear somebody squeak in the chair, they'll get on the phone when you're like in deep thought, or, hey, I was thinking, let's go get sushi tonight. Okay, it's 9:45 a.m. Why are you thinking about raw fish? Weird. There's also upside benefits. Like, let's just be completely honest. Hey, when are we gonna have some alone time? When are we gonna hang out and just be like people, like hang, like friends, lovers, whatever, whatever the situation is. That's also important to build in. And, figuring out those boundaries is super critical. So that would be like the bonus fourth. You gotta hey, what are the rules of engagement? And if I give you the look, does that mean hey, let's take a coffee break, but let's not coffee break. My point being, have some understanding of what the rules of engagement are. And sometimes when you're stressing and you're having those things, it's such a great thing to be able to have somebody be like, hey, do you have 5 minutes? I really need to run this problem by you. Or I'm really struggling with this situation. Or, oh my God, this person just totally pissed me off on Slack. You're not gonna believe this. Can I share this with you? Ask before you just do. So creating those boundaries, creating sort of the rules of engagement, and finding your own space, I think, is the best thing. Do I think work from home can ruin relationships without those rules? or without a common understanding where you both agree to what that is, even write it down so that we, sort of have the doctrine of work from home, the rules not to break, the rules that are bendable, and the things that, will keep you guys moving in a forward positive momentum. I think those things, having those things completely understood and appreciated by both parties is really key. Without that, I think the little things will start to add up and it can potentially ruin relationships. Let me tell you, when all four of us were at home and my kids were at school or, also working, trying to do their stuff, four of us working from home, I thought, man, in my own mind, it was going to be phenomenally great. It was not. No matter where you went in that house, the house was too small, no matter how big it was. So figuring out how to coexist is really critical because you don't want any of the bothersome activities that occur during the day to now boil over into your personal life. And that would be actually one final tip. I'll throw out one bonus is once a week, twice a week, you guys need time for yourself where you do go and do something, or you're looking forward to date night or a movie or something. Have a big thing at the ready so that there is something for you to look forward to. And it reminds you both that no matter what's going on in the work thing back here, everything else here that matters is just between us. And we need to work on that relationship as well. So don't let the day's work or the environment boil over so that it actually kills the romance. Cue the Barry White. Boom, boom. I'm not just saying getting laid. I'm just saying coexisting with your partner, which can be hard. Anyway, without work from home. That's what I'm saying. Anyway. The other thing I probably would recommend is not doing a Reddit video where you are kind of throwing your partner under the bus. I accept all blame in the event that my wife gets this far in this video. Everything that ever boiled up was my fault. Mine. Do that, accept that. Will it ruin the relationships? I think without those rules of engagement, there's a high probability. Because annoyances, they turn into more than that. And they will eventually explode. And people, man, they got long memories. You remember on that Tuesday in October of 2021 when we were working from home and you said you are the most annoying person because you're always tapping your pencil? No. Yeah, well, I remember it. And you know what? You better sleep with one light on? No, one eye open. Yeah, work from home. I'm going back to the office. Till next time, my friends. Ripple on.